This roof is absolutely terrible. And today we're here to fix that. We finally got wrap in the proper size, proper color, and we need to get this thing fixed. Only problem is we're in Canada and it's heading into the winter season, so it's cold. We have our heater up there blasting down on the roof of the car, a couple more heaters going in the shop, but this roof is cold and I'm wondering how the wrap is gonna handle that. We might have to prep it today, leave it overnight with the heater going and come back to wrap. But regardless, this mess is getting fixed. Today we have wrap from Vivid Vinyl. So I don't know, they were easy to order from. If you guys remember when we wrapped this car purple, which was a huge fail, and the color was nothing like it looked on the website, and we ended up just saying, you know, to hell with this, I'm good, and took it off. That was Avery Dennison film, and from reading online, it's supposed to be really good stuff, and I didn't love it a ton, and that was kind of my last wrap experience. Had a lot of buddies wrap their own cars and it come out good, and they've all recommended this new Vivid Vinyl, and like, we're just doing the roof, so like I'm not too concerned. Gloss black should be pretty close to a perfect match, and this time we got more than enough. But just want to get all this off. There we go. Yeah, so Vivid is who we're going with for this wrap installation. Apparently it's pretty easy to work with, it stretches nice, and I don't know, I've heard good things about it. The roll doesn't look too freaking damaged, which is sweet because it didn't even ship in a box, except for right there. But we probably won't even need that chunk, so it should be completely fine. Like I said, it's freaking cold in the shop though. We got the wrap, we got the car, but we don't have the temperature. Trying to let it warm up in here. But anyways, before we even get started on this, we have a few hours of pulling stuff off this car. We got to take the wing off, the roof rails off. I gotta wash the roof in here because it's too cold to go outside, and then I have to clay bar the roof too, get all the contaminants I can off, and then we can move to wrapping. But it might be a tomorrow situation if it's gonna be too cold today, because sticky adhesion and cold weather doesn't usually equal a great outcome, and I'm not doing this again. One and done situation here. So anyways, let's go get prepping this roof for wrap and let's see how this turns out. First things first, let's get this wing off so we can slide these roof rails out. If I remember correctly, I think I used some like Gorilla Tape to hold one down because one clip snapped, but I'm pretty sure they just kind of pop and slide to the rear of the car and lift out. We'll see how it goes. First things first, for these to slide back at all, we need our spoon wing gone. So let's get going. All right, we have our spoon rep wing off and out of the way for wrap. Now we can go ahead and move on to the roof rails. And I'm actually surprised, it is looking pretty clean under here, which is sick. So let's go ahead, attack these roof rails. Then we get to cleaning, then we get to clay barring, then cleaning again, and hoping and praying that it's warm enough to wrap, because my hand is freezing touching this roof. Okay, wing is off. Now let's attack these roof rails here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they kind of just slide and unclip themselves. We'll see. I don't remember where I put tape or if it was on one side or both, so could be a little interesting, but let's find out. All right, so we got one roof rail off. That was a little bit stressful, I can't lie, but if you guys are wondering, you can see here, there's like a nice channel, and then it's metal, and there's clips mounted on the roof themselves that they clip into. So it seems like they just pop right up. You might be able to slide it all the way back, but there is a curve here. So I just kind of slid it back enough to get my hands in there and then gently worked my way and popped it up. It looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 clips for it. So just very gently kind of move it back and forth, pop it up, and they should come out. I'm gonna go ahead, attack the other side, and then we'll get to cleaning and clay barring. I found where we put the tape. It is right here, and this is super unfortunate if this happens to you, because like these are mounted in the roof line themselves. So if those snap, it's not just a matter of buying new rails and being good to go. These are actually a part of the body of the car. And unfortunately, here's all of my pounds of tape to hold that down, because as we can see here, there it is, and it decided it did not want to be a thing anymore. I actually can't remember if we did that when we were painting the car or if that was like that on the car. I really cannot remember, but regardless, that sucks. It's broken. Now you need some sort of adhesive. Like obviously I just use Gorilla Tape because it's removable. You can use like epoxy out of a caulk gun and all that stuff, but I mean, then it's gonna be next to impossible to get it out, and you might even snap the roof rail. And if you guys don't know, all trim, moldings, everything for this car, Honda doesn't make anymore, so you gotta find them on eBay, and they're quite freaking expensive, but that really sucks considering it's a part of the body and not the roof rail. It would have been kind of nice if there was maybe just like slits in the body that couldn't break, and these tabs were a part of the roof rail. So if they did break, you could just replace the roof rail. But once it's kind of broken on the car, I mean, you're kind of next to hooped if I'm being honest. But wing off, 1, 2, roof rail off. Let's get this thing clay barred and cleaned, and we'll go from there. Now that the roof has been cleaned with just simple water and a microfiber, and our roof rails have no more debris in them at all, I'm obviously probably gonna hook up my compressor and blow these out before we get started, just to make sure there is no hidden debris anywhere. But now that it's all wiped down, we gotta get one of my clay bars out here and start clay barring the roof of the car. Because if you can hear, listen closely, hasn't been washed in a while, and there is a couple rough spots. You can feel them. Clay bar it until it feels smooth like glass. That is our next step here. All right guys, roof is all clay barred now. As we can see, it's still soaking wet. And yes, I used bottled water. Sue me, it was fresh, unopened. And I'll be damned if you think I'm taking this thing outside where it's literally freezing cold and turning on my faucet to wash this thing down. I used bottled water and a clay bar. Sue me, the roof's doomed anyways, but I can tell you one thing, it's a hell of a lot smoother now. Listen to this. Not nearly as much debris sound on the hood. Clay bars are fantastic. If you don't have them in your kit, you should probably get one. Just clears physical contamination off the paint. All detailers use them and whatnot. Basically, you'd want to polish or compound polish and then seal it with a wax or some sort of synthetic sealant after this. But we're doing it for the sole purpose that the wrap can lay and adhere the best way possible with no contamination on the paint. Now I'm gonna go ahead and dry everything up with a fresh microfiber, plug in my air compressor, get the air chuck on it, and kind of blast everything out. Make sure we're actually good. And thankfully the shop is actually warming up in here, although I think it's just me warming up because the roof is still pretty cold. Alrighty guys, roof is nice and clean, clear of debris. Same with the side rails in here, the back section. I mean, we're looking good right now, and it's actually warming up in here, so I think we can probably nail this out today, and I'm pretty excited. But let's go ahead, take a little peek skis at this side. Everything is looking good, super good. All this water and stuff down here, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off because the wrap is gonna be laying over it as well, and we don't want any instances of it flicking back up. So I'm just gonna go over this a few more times till I'm 100% sure that it's good, and then we're gonna bust the wrap out and start laying wrap on this and finally get rid of this hideous tiger striping. If you guys have been enjoying the video this far, please go ahead and drop a sub. It really helps out. Also hit that notification bell and you'll get notified every time we go live and post a short. I've been posting a lot more content lately, not only just on YouTube, but on Instagram and TikTok as well. If you want to follow those, they're just Brash Garage, link in the description and the bio of the channel. Without further ado, let's clean this one more time, get this wrap out, see what happens, baby. I just want to let you guys know I've cleaned it one more time, but before I go ahead and start wrapping, I'm going to take the heat gun. I'm going to heat up the whole hood just to make it a little bit hotter than it is now, because it definitely has warmed up, but it's still fairly cold. So I'm going to take the heat gun and just take a few minutes to absolutely blast this hood, get it as hot as I can with a heat gun. And I just want to say that this isn't necessarily a tutorial. I'm not a wrap guy. As you guys can tell, the car is black because I tried to wrap it and it failed. So any of you guys can do this at home. It's just a roof. I encourage you to try it out. The wrap was cheap too. I got a 5x6 roll, which is plenty enough for the roof of this Civic, and it was like less than 70 Canadian dollars. So just want you guys to know, I'm no wrap expert. This ain't no tutorial. There might be a better way to do this, but from what I see, you clean it, you clay bar it, you clean it again. I blasted out all the seams with the compressor, cleaning it, cleaning it, cleaning it. I'm gonna heat it up, then I'm gonna clean it again, and then immediately we're gonna go ahead and lay the wrap. Hopefully we can get it mostly flat, just tack it out from the center, and we'll see how it goes. But I ain't no wrap guy, I'm just winging it, and so can you. Let's get this hood hot.
2,000 years later.
I'm not kidding you guys, that actually worked. The hood's not hot, but it's room temperature now and it's warm in here, plenty enough to wrap. Go ahead, wipe it down one more time. We're gonna grab the roll and get this thing nice and black again. Okay guys, so we've got the wrap kind of draped out over the roof here. How much room do we got up here?
Just a little bit here.
You wanna go through there. Okay, so I'm gonna start by unpeeling it back here. I'm just gonna tack it down right there. Then I'm gonna come over here, kind of attempt to do the same deal. Okay. And then essentially, I think we can pull it up. And then I'm gonna come from under it. If you want to just hold it up. And do it.
We're getting cozy.
Okay, we're just gonna kind of try and glass it out. Alrighty boys, roof is wrapped. That looks so much better than that tiger stripe mess. Now the game plan is to tuck it in. I'm probably gonna trim off some extras here, but the game plan is to tuck it in the channels back here, take the heat gun on each corner, press down so it gets nice and tight on the corner, and then I'm gonna get the blade and start cutting. There's a few air bubbles I'd like to try and work out, but other than that, I think it came out pretty spot on. Okay boys, holy smokes, that took way longer than I thought. Wrapping ain't easy, and I'm wrapping a roof, so if you're a freaking wrapper, good for you, man, and shout out to you, because this was not easy. But let's take a peek at the outcome. Let's start getting the roof rails and the wing back on. This wrap, unlike the other wraps I've used, has a protective film on it, so we're gonna go ahead and peel that off as well. But let's go ahead and look at my seams. I'll show you guys the worst spot. It's not quite a 5-footer, I'd say maybe a 2-footer. But let's look. So these are my best spots. You can't even see the crease or the seam down the entire rail. This came out fantastic. Really pleased with how the roof rails came out. Moving around to the back, it creased over a little bit. It's kind of hard to see, but it creased over a bit. It's really hard to do the corners, but it is all stuck down. Back here came out pretty good as well. You can hardly see the cut line there. And then this roof rail came out wicked as well. But what's not so good is the window seal up here. So just take a peek at it. It didn't come out bad by any means, but this seal is a little bit chalked up anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace the windshield seal, but it came out okay. Unfortunately, I gotta be a little bit quick wrapping up this video because the camera is dying again. This is getting really old, but we're gonna go ahead, peel the protective film off to reveal the unscratched, shiny, gloss black roof, and then I'm gonna quickly time lapse, slap in the rails and the wing back on. We're gonna take a final look and wrap it up. So far, I've got this corner right here peeled up, so I'm gonna put you guys on the tripod, rip that off, install all the accessories, and we'll take a look. Because right now, this is looking 10 times better. I mean, to finally be able to film my roof and not see tiger stripes, I'm happy. All right, let's see here. Let's peel this sucker back. Oh, I love that it has the protective wrap. That is so much better than being scratched up from the squeegee. Oh my goodness. It is peeling it up a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. Knock on wood for me. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, that is so much better. Let's go. Oh, boy. Oh, damn. She is shining. Holy. I'm gonna go back with the heat gun because it looks like this wrap stretched a bit and got under on some of the seams. So I'm gonna go back with the heat gun off camera, do one last tack down, not on the top, just on the seams. And then we're gonna assemble the accessories, but holy crap, man. This is dialed. All right, boys, clear film is off. Look at that roof, man. Damn, that is so much better. I'm fired up about that. I got my 3M tape laid down in a few select spots, and it is fairly raised up, so it should hit no problem. Let's go ahead, set you guys up on the tripod and start laying the roof rails, wing, and check out the finished product. it, boys. Roof rail's back on, wing is back on. This is my first time seeing it. This looks crazy. That is way better than the paint, man. Damn. Definitely exposes a couple dents I had in my roof though. But what do you do? I'm hoping this doesn't peel up because it's not really that far below the actual seal. Oh, but dude, this thing looks insane. Are you kidding me? All right, boys, and there it is. The roof is wrapped gloss black, no more tiger stripes. I mean, just look at that. Yes, it came out good. Let's check it out. All right, so there we have it. No more tiger stripes at all. It laid like glass, super smooth. That's why you want a clay bar so you don't get any discrepancies in it. Did show a dent in my roof that I haven't yet seen, as well as one right there. You watch kind of the cord reflection, you can see it bend there, but aside from that, it laid so nice. The worst part is the seam meeting up here with the windshield trim. I'm looking to get new trim anyways, but it came out damn good. I mean, everyone used to know, when you look at this car, you see the wavy roof. Now, she is shining, boys. Oh, I legit couldn't be happier. It all matches and it's reflective. No tiger stripes, no clear coat peel. That looks insane. I will say, you can probably do this at home yourself. Anyone can. I'm not a rapper. I don't do body work. I love building cars. I built this car from nothing. It's only been to a shop like once or twice for things that I just simply can't do here, like alignments and things like that. But I'm no body guy. There's a few things I don't do. One of them is wiring, which I've been getting a little bit more inclined to doing and figuring out, but I hate wiring. And another thing I hate is body work. And if you guys don't remember, probably 2 years ago, we painted this whole car with rattle cans, but proper automotive paint with UV protectant in it. And then we went over it with a full Spray Max 2K clear coat, the same stuff they'd use at the body shop. So the paint job actually came out pretty good. Like, I can't complain on the paint. It could obviously use a polish. It probably hasn't been polished in 2 years. So all the road degree grime and everything, but it really doesn't look like a spray paint job. I'm honestly pretty proud of how this paint came out, except for the roof. The clear coat laid fine, but the color, I guess, holding the cans like this instead of like this messed up the roof. Doesn't make sense though, because we did the same thing with the hood, holding the cans like this. And I mean, the hood's completely fine. You can see the reflection and everything. It's a little bit hazy and dull, like I said, because it hasn't been polished or detailed in probably 2 years, but that's why. The reason I didn't want to wrap the whole car, well, we tried to and it failed, but I like spending the time to detail cars, getting a DA polisher out with compound polish, polishing it all out, wet sanding hazy spots, compounding, polishing, sealing it, ceramic coating, things like that. Things that you just can't do with wrap. Now, when wrap gets to that degree of needing a quote unquote polish, this and that, it's probably time to change it anyways. And wrap is kind of a limited commodity. It's not gonna last forever, but paint lasts a hell of a lot longer, which is why I went and painted it. Regardless, this is all about the roof today and wrap, because let's face it, I'm not just gonna paint the roof of the car, the one thing that turned out like shit and could potentially have it turn out like crap again. But our roof is gloss freaking black. Look at that reflection. It's clearer than the freaking paint is, and I mean, I just couldn't be happier. Like, you guys have always seen this car with tiger striped roof, and now it's nothing but glossy gorgeousness, and it matches the whole rest of the car absolutely perfectly. I mean, the whole car's shiny, and now so is the roof. God, I'm pumped with that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Was this a dub or was this an L? I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a big win for us, because that roof looks a million times better than it once was. And all my line seals, everything were mint. My one roof rail over here that I had to go and stick down, seems like it's sticking down with no problem. It's not peeling up or anything, so we're also good on that account. But I'm gonna go ahead and have to wrap up the video today. It was a long one. We've been here for like 4.5, almost 5 hours, getting this car back to its former glory of being all gloss black. And well, I think we did a wicked job. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Wrapping is incredibly hard. I will never take on a challenge of wrapping an entire car again. Just doing flat spots like this on the hood is enough of a stretch for me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next one. Like I said, TikTok, Instagram, they see most things first. Those are in the description of this video. Go ahead, check them out. And until next time, baby, we'll see you later. Peace out.